The Critical Hit podcast contains foul language, sexual subjects, and other things that are inappropriate for children. Content warnings can be found in the episode description. This following episode also contains spoilers. The president's evil. Illuminati.
Is that your open?
No.
That's the cold open. That could just be the cold open.
It is. That was me sitting by myself, just brainstorming things. That's the best I came up with. Hello, world, and welcome back to Critical Hit, a foul mouth podcast where we talk about everything. I'm your host, Red King, and with me always is Crimson and Chrono Warden, vaguely spooky.
Boo?
Vaguely spooky.
Tonight we're going to do our review of Resident Evil Requiem. There's a lot of re's there, even though I've forced it.
Even though they didn't
Was
exist.
that really a
until I made it.
requirement?
I almost
I
tanked.
I know.
I almost tanked it.
It's like,
Before
waiting for it. I'm like,
You were about to pull a hard C.
yeah. Before we begin, go ahead and drop us the subscribe on all your favorite podcast platforms. Hit us up on CritTube. Your subscriptions are super valued, and
we're better than other podcasts.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're
We're
totally.
saying it. We're saying it.
100%.
I watched a few, and they're a little.
Yeah, they suck dick.
That's OnlyFans only, I thought.
Right? The other great thing that you can do is comment, and also coming soon is going to be community posts on YouTube, because we broke our ties with the
Problem that is X.
yeah, that's a problem.
at X.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Another thing you can do, recommend us to someone you know.
Yes. Yeah.
It's all-
That
all
always
good
helps.
stuff.
That always helps.
All good stuff.
Trying to grow this thing.
Obviously, brought to you by Dubby. 10% off at dubby.gg if you use our code CritHit, KRITHIT, at checkout.
Yes.
Dubby, be better. Bang, bang, bang. That's that rapid fire housekeeping before we start it.
Yeah. Always gotta do it with a little bit of interruption here and there.
Yeah. So
Courtesy of me.
So the next thing I have before we begin, obviously, I'm really just
You're packing this opening full like someone's butt with a plug.
right. And I'm gonna put this on the community post as well, but I have a question.
Okay.
When you hear the phrase "he dropped the ball," what fictional character do you imagine? Or
See, you're going fictional, and I came up with real life people,
I mean,
namely Bill Buckner.
that's crazy.
So, all right. Do you mean the speaking of the phrase "he dropped the ball" or somebody royally dropping the ball?
Like he dropped the bag. He just dropped the bag.
Huh?
I got a few.
I got one. Andy Bogard from Fatal Fury.
Oh gosh.
Big time.
Oh gosh.
Big time.
Oh,
My man,
yeah, you're correct.
So like my man, he had like the number one chick in all of SNK who's like a total ride or die.
Yeah.
And he constantly just kind of like curves her for no reason.
Yeah. You're right about
Like
that.
a ninja genius, a ride or die,
Like
one of the best fighters in the series, and also smoking hot.
Yeah.
I think, and it's not phobic in any way. I think it might be factual. I think you boy might not like girls.
There's a good chance. There's a very good chance. That's the only explanation. But there are some. Let's just be honest. There are some women that's the only explanation if you don't find them attractive.
Because it's one of those things where it's like, because it's a fictional character, so she has zero flaws.
Yeah,
and only positives.
You're absolutely right.
Like, obviously, with humans, it's like far more.
It's more
complicated. But dang, my man, it's crazy. And that's where I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it up to the community when I do the community post. When you hear the phrase, he dropped the bag, who are you naming?
Yeah. Name your fumbler.
Yeah.
Fumble.
So let's talk about Resident Evil Requiem.
The star of the show.
Spoilers!
Yeah, warning.
There's going to be a whole big old spoiler warning before everything starts. But
I'm also giving you that one.
Yeah, there's
now.
also going to be some more finite spoiler warnings throughout.
I'll give that to you for free. All of them. It's going to be...
This is relatively... I mean, this game's like brand new.
And it's going to just be a spoiler-ass...
It's literally just over a month old.
Yeah. Which, hey, good on us for being there for
right. I have. Let's talk about the gameplay a little bit. I have thoughts about the gameplay.
Okay.
2 seconds.
Yeah. My little sip while
mouth is dry as fuck.
I brushed my teeth.
I think. I think that there's an
I curse
interesting.
you to drink orange juice.
I hope I never do after I brush my teeth again.
Or coffee. That's pretty bad too. I think that the.
Yeah, put a little mint creamer in there and you're good.
Could you never bring up mint creamer? I hate mint chocolate chip. I hate all things mint, damn it. But you're distracting me.
Well, whose fault is that?
Mine. It's all mine. I think for the first time in Resident Evil, the thing that stood out to me the most gameplay wise is it plays like a normal game.
Yeah.
Like, I've always found Resident Evil games that have fucky ass control schemes.
You're right. You're correct.
Like, it's just it's always something weird. Truck controls, weird quick turn shenanigans. It just the third person segments feel like a regular game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The first person segments feel like a regular game.
Yeah.
The gunplay is solid.
Yeah.
It seems. It doesn't seem like a Resident Evil game gameplay wise, in the way that
it works.
The shit is solid and it works.
Yeah. There is a surprising lack of jank that you do kind of feel comes along with a lot of Resident Evil games, which is, I mean, it's a plus, but it is a little, I will say it's a little weird, right? I'm kind of split. If you're coming into it as a longtime fan of Resident Evil, you might not feel at home playing this game. There's a very good chance you might be like, this could have been any other game.
Yeah, when you first get the first time when you get control of, oh gosh, I keep forgetting her name.
Grace.
Yeah. Not Rose, which the confusion has been rampant.
That's where I keep going is Rose.
Because Capcom's been on a kick lately.
Right? And you're kind of walking down the street and there's all the NPCs and you're just kind of like wading through a friggin' group of NPCs. I'm like, this felt a little bit like Cyberpunk kind of. Just in the field of view and the NPC density and stuff like that. I was like, whoa, this is something.
Yeah. It was a bit cyberpunky. You're correct about that.
And then aim down sights like freaking aim down sights like COD a little bit. Really out of place for having a constant background noise of scared breathing.
Yeah, which let me tell you, the internet had a lot of fun with that one.
I can imagine.
You know what I didn't like is they were like They're like, oh, you know, this is what happens when Grace is weakened the whole time, and it's like the breathing and everything like that, right? And then you know what's funny is the people who comment under it. It's like, oh, I never heard that before. It must be I was too good. And I'm like, you were cooning and they were winning.
That's wild. That's wild.
Well, you got caught. And listen, I will say this. I will say that, like, as far as the feel of how everything plays, I think it doesn't make sense for a little bit. And this is what I'll say, right?
Okay.
When you're first playing as Grace, you kind of have this feeling you're not really sure of what to anticipate playing as Grace, right? Because I was full on the path of, well, this is essentially going to be like, you know, Layers of Fear or something like that, more or less, the whole time.
No.
And
Thankfully, no.
Listen, thankfully it wasn't. But here's the thing. The reason why I think that is because I think Resident Evil 7, because I played Resident Evil 7 versus 8, I played more 7 than I did 8. Because 8, I feel like missed it completely for me. I don't know if there's any 8 fans out there, but Resident Evil 8 was trash.
Hey, 8 fans. That game was dog water.
Yep.
If 8's your game,
get
help.
Yeah, get help. But 7 was very of its time when it came to horror and horror tropes. And horror games at the time were walking simulators, largely. And it's like, and they're like, oh, well, the ammo's scarce. And I'm like, no, it was a walking simulator, and then you put a gun in it. And I was hoping that wasn't going to be the case with Requiem, and luckily found out it wasn't. But at the start, it kind of felt like that might be the direction.
Yeah,
because you get the gun smacked out your hand in the very first scene. I'm gonna be running.
It was a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Because it is true. You get the gun, and Grace has full control over the gun.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, aim down sights is like Weaver stance and friggin'.
Well, she is an FBI agent.
That's going to bring me into my next thing.
Not yet. We do got to talk about, because, you know, it's worth mentioning the kind of dichotomy between the Grace sections and the Leon sections. And that is one of the most satisfying things. And like, this is what I mean by, like, Capcom has a very good grip right now. And I don't know where, like, their kind of, like, game development mojo is coming from right now, because they've been off it for a while.
Yes.
But they did a very, very good job at rewarding you going through the tougher sections with, like, a very high octane and fun thing to do, right? Because when you first play as Grace, horrifying every step of the way.
Yep.
The atmosphere, phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
Horrifying every step of the way. And then you play through the same exact section, which I find hilarious, as Leon from essentially a different POV. And you just run down a street full of zombies, which are being rapid changed, by the way, which I thought was a cool little bit. We'll get into that a little later.
Yep.
And then you get to go full on. And, like, it's a little closer to 6. Leon's a little closer to Resident Evil 6.
Yeah.
Leon. And the thing is, say what you want about 6, the combat.
The combat was really good in 6.
My gosh.
And what the fuck? Like, Leon, they turned... So they did... I think they captured horror with Grace.
They did.
You really do feel scared when you're fighting. Even when you have the ability to fight, you feel like you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Leon is just an uncaring fucking... He's a violent axe golem.
Yeah.
He barely really even talks.
Yeah. That's
It's like you go through this hellish balls out action sequence, and did we kill Hunk in this game?
We don't know.
So that's what I feel about the Leon section. Is you go through a blackout violent fucking rampage, and then you go, fuck, what's that? What was that? Was that I killed 6 steps ago?
No, I agree.
It doesn't matter.
I agree. I'll be honest. There were some things playing as Leon, I didn't catch my first playthrough just because I'm like, you sons of bitches, it's my turn now.
I do love that he's like, I'm not using a knife anymore. What do you mean you're not using a knife?
Yeah, and he's gonna hatch it that he goes crazy.
Yeah. And throwing the stuff at people.
Oh my gosh, throwing stuff at people, parrying is ridiculous.
Did you guys get the quick dodge where he'll dodge behind a zombie and then just blow its fucking head off?
Which I didn't even know how to do until I did it a couple more times on accident. I was like, wait a second, perfect parry. It's a whole different thing.
Yeah, and it's just
or getting to use a chainsaw.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
my man, and like I guess that's kind of the perfect segue into kind of like. Whatever we're doing the story, not a full story analysis because fuck that, that'd be insane.
Yeah.
But like, who would have thought that having nothing to lose made him even more dangerous?
Yeah.
He's just in it. He's just in it. There's not a cell in his body that isn't both infected with disease and also in it.
Yes. And that was the cool thing. So just a little summary of what you're gonna get basically at the start, right?
Spoilers.
So you take the role of Grace Ashcroft to begin with in the story, which is low key
weird callback.
Because it's bringing back Resident Evil Outbreak,
which if now. I played Outbreak when Outbreak was a thing. So that was cool for me. I was like, ooh. So, and the thing is, I knew this before release. So obviously by the time I played it, it wasn't really that special. But so you take the role of FBI agent Grace Ashcroft and you go to investigate murders related to Raccoon City.
Yes.
And it was specifically Raccoon City, which you were sent by probably the worst boss in history.
The true villain of the game.
The true villain of Requiem, Grace's fuck-ass boss.
Nathan, I think his name
his name was Nathan.
Nathan, he had a fuck-ass last name, too. That's my first complaint. That's my first umbrage. Why in hell did they send the tiniest,
not field agent,
not fighter, like she's the type of person who can't order food at a restaurant.
This
motherfucker goes through the whole game.
She gets better at the end.
Yes, but let's be honest. Let's be very honest. We sit here and we went through.
I mean, it was like the last chapter. Let's be honest. She comes into her own at the last chapter.
Yeah, and and then it ends up just. She was the whole fucking game, and you're gonna send her by herself.
That was a little crazy.
Into Scary Land.
Yeah,
she's 6.5 pounds.
Yeah. And furthermore,
and scared.
Yeah,
she is scared is her DNA.
Yeah. And you sent her specifically to the hotel that she was last at, as again, spoiler, when her mom was murdered.
Yeah. By someone from Raccoon City.
By someone from Raccoon City.
With no backup.
Yeah.
Guys.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's murders happening. Her mom was murdered in the same place she was going to. And you didn't send any help with her. Besides a police officer standing at the fucking front door.
He said, hey, you're FBI? And she couldn't even answer.
Yeah, that's what she was looking at the ground.
She's like, he's like, yeah. Good luck in there. Dark and spooky.
Yeah.
And then tries to kill her.
So I will, I will say that police officer, though, because that was literally that delivery was exactly how I felt talking to that guy. Like, he was the most nothing guy. But here's the thing, right?
Officer Cole Sprouse.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's his name.
But he could be a Cole Sprouse. But here's the thing, and I think that basically Grace's story is more or less going to be, I'm going to say they're setting up some new blood in the series. And I think what they're basically trying to do is they're trying to say, hey, there's some connections between the ever tragic.
There's the connections. I
hate the fact that you did that, and I hate the fact that I didn't make that connection. I hate you. But there's a kind of a parallel between the ever tragic Leon and the very tragic beginnings of Grace Ashcroft. And I think you're getting the kind of escape from tragedy with Leon and the potential perpetuation of said tragedy that happens wherever these protagonists seem to go.
I mean, that was a nice little extrapolation that you did from that. I don't have any of that.
Okay. Are you coming in here trying to take this down a notch? Because I will not let you.
Just a peg.
Okay.
Just a couple pegs.
What do you got?
How come
I
Claire...
revealed my Crocs on camera, and I really shouldn't do that.
How come I'm crocking it too.
They've seen his before.
Yeah. It's true.
But they haven't seen my nasty dogs.
True. Only you have that.
You're the only one who's dogged
degenerate.
out. Yeah.
Listen, I've had my shoes off, but I will always wear socks.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're missing.
So
feet, and I don't miss them. I would cut them off and feed them to a wolf. I hate feet.
I like mine.
Fucking useless, half-formed fucking hand. Continue.
Golly.
I don't know if I can. Because now I'm thinking of my feet as something less than what they are.
And we don't need that. Feet are important. Go on.
They didn't talk about anybody in this game.
Hmm?
Oh, I know where he's going. Okay.
Right. They did a weird thing with this game. They went the route of calling back to dead NPCs and their backstories and stuff like that. They got
Alyssa Ashcroft is not a dead NPC. How dare you? She is a playable character.
Yeah, but Kendo from the gun shop.
Yeah.
And then what was homeboy there? Who his daughter went looking for him.
Oh yeah.
And
I remember that. Yeah.
So like we sit here and this game, I'm
just filling up, getting ready to trash all over your tape
with the wrong logos. You're breaking the immersion. Drink slower.
No, it's facing
drink slower. Anyways,
absolutely not. We have to maintain lubrication to parry you.
No, because it's unparryable.
Okay, go on.
How are we getting Sherry and Leon in Raccoon City talking about their past in Raccoon City, and none of them bring up Claire? They didn't even utter her name.
There's a reason.
The reason is that they dropped the bag.
No. Okay. It's called survivor's guilt, right? The whole Leon's entire story through Requiem is survivor's guilt. Why would he have survivor's guilt about Claire, who's alive?
He saved her. Technically, she saved herself, but
more or less, they both adopted Sherry, so he's not probably feeling all too bad about Claire specifically. You feel me? Because what they were trying to do and this is starting from the Resident Evil 2 remake, they built Leon as a very different character as they were building him up through the remakes. And they were trying to lean more into the tragedy of what happened and him getting out of it and how that affected it, right? And even when you get into the Resident Evil 4 remake, you see he has a lot more like flashbacks about some of the death scenes in the Resident Evil 2 remake. You start to see that he had a bit more of a... So I will say, it seems out of place if you didn't play the remakes. Okay? But if you played the remakes, it makes a little bit more sense. I'm not saying that you're necessarily wrong about what you're saying. Because if you didn't play the remakes, you kind of don't really know why this is suddenly important. Because before he was just like, glad we made it out.
Man, I'm glad we got out of there. Turns out he's like distant cousins with that stupid cop. Like, it's pretty spooky in there. Be careful. Like, you don't even... Is that badge a fake? Because there's a type.
Yeah.
You know, if you're an FBI agent, how is she gonna rummage through her satchel? Oh, oh no, I'm so charmingly befuddled. Oh, here's my badge. She went. She said, she couldn't pick her badge up past her waist. That's my second unbridge.
Okay.
My dudes, I am not. I felt like she had not been properly briefed or protected. She is a kid. I know that she's not a kid.
Her mom got her to adulthood.
Yeah, I
And
know.
then her fucking boss tried to fuck that up.
Yeah, he was like, we're investigating mysterious murders in a world that already knows that BOWs exist.
Yeah.
It's all out.
Yeah.
This is post 6 pre Rose after story.
Yeah.
Is it pre-Rose? Because I thought...
So Rose is actually pretty distant, I guess. I found that out. That
Yep.
DLC is actually pretty distant.
Yep.
Past,
Which is so that's where it sits in the storyline. It's past 6. That was a big global thing, and nobody could hide it.
Mm.
And all of the fucking FBI is definitely gonna know what creepy bruisey ass infection marks look like, and you're gonna send the mousiest of little mousy mouses into literal hell without backup. Sir, have you seen me?
She wouldn't even be able to get that far.
She can't even look up at the...
Remember, because he's like, yeah, it has to be you. And she's like, okay.
Yeah.
And like,
She goes, why? He's like, it has to be you. And then she's just like,
she's
okay.
the type of person who you're going to get the wrong order,
Yeah.
and she's going to eat something she's allergic to.
Yeah.
Yo, okay.
And this could be me dunking on why do I just said Rose and it's fucked me up again.
Grace.
This is not me just trying to be a Grace dunker, which
Exist.
it's easy. It's kind of easy because like you are conditioned to be playing a video game, be like, listen, my protagonist is going to be scared for all of half a scene. And then after that, I'm going to fucking get my balls up and I'm going to make everybody pay.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
That's why you get to play as Leon.
Yeah. Which was a genius move.
And like, it makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
I'm not going to argue that it doesn't make sense. Everyone's going to be scared except for 2 people in the Resident Evil universe.
Basically.
It's Chris Redfield and Leon Kennedy. And they go far and away from...
They're not normal.
Yeah, they go far and away from actually being adjusted. They go far and away from finding courage, because courage is not the absence of fear, it's the presence of control.
Yeah.
They've gone far beyond that.
Yeah. When you carry a missile, and this is what I'm saying, yo, and that's what I mean. And motherfuckers are trying to, and there's a point, okay? The motorcycle scene.
Yep.
Okay. All right. That is Leon Kennedy's boulder punch scene.
Yeah.
Just so we're all clear on that. That is his boulder punch scene. And people are trying to take this away from my boy. They're trying to say parrying is just a gameplay mechanic. So Mind
So
you,
it doesn't actually exist in game. Shut your fucking silly mouth.
and they're like, Chris Redfield actually punched the bull. I'm like, okay, first of all,
Only if you succeed at the QTE.
yeah, only if you succeed at the QTE. That is the first thing,
Which is a gameplay mechanic.
Which is a gameplay mechanic. So that defeats that argument. Second of all, you can't just forget this motherfucker jumped off of the tallest still standing structure in bombed out Raccoon City on a motorcycle that has been hit by dogs and missiles the entire time up until then, whilst dying, survived and still beat his guy. And you're gonna be like, he ain't really that good though. He ain't you're like, and the thing is,
That's hater. That's hater.
No,
talk.
here's one thing though. So we all re-listened to our Crit Hit Rights episode, right?
Yes,
We'll cover that later. Leon now has the highest body count of BOWs, far and away.
Yep, by a large margin. And the thing is, don't get me wrong, because I did a little bit of watching of, because I will eventually fully play through 7 and 8 just because I want to say that I did. And there's bundles that are dirt cheap at this point.
Yeah, they're trying to ship units in tandem with Requiem.
And it's kind of like, why not? It's still a game and an experience, so get it if it's that cheap. But and I think ultimately what they have done, and they've taken Chris and they turn him into, Chris is like a nuke. Okay? That's more or less.
I mean, when you get to his gameplay section in 8.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Chris is like, he is a nuke when it needs to get done. This needs to get done fast and explosive. I don't care what happens in the meantime, but this needs to be done. And then he's like, yeah.
The wolves.
Yeah, and then he takes the
That's his
wolves.
squad.
Yeah, he takes the wolves, and he takes the wolves, and then they go take care of business. Leon is just as effective. He's just quiet.
Yeah.
He's just quiet about it until you're parrying missiles and a nemesis.
And
Which is, I'm just saying, motherfucker's arming out a nemesis, bro. He gets grabbed by the nemesis, spoilers, and just says, ah, and runs up its arm and
it is insane the amount of he's certain he's dying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you know you've caught what we all thought to the end of the game was going to be his swan song.
Yeah.
Yep.
That he was going to cough until he died, and that's what got him, is basically the T virus equivalent of shingles.
Tingles.
He got the tingles. And he was like, fuck this. Fuck this.
Yeah. It turns out he's more dangerous when he's dying.
I'm terminal? That just means I don't gotta dodge.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
I don't gotta worry about coming back from it. I'm gonna just get stuck in.
And that's what I was trying to say this, right? And if you look at it in the same game, okay, he took out a nemesis. He took out Mr. X.
Again. It's a different one.
Yeah, different one.
Big fucking spider.
Yeah, big fucking spider, which, fuck you for that.
That was so random.
Plant 43.
What's up?
He took out Plant 43, which is a tyrant plant.
Which is a tyrant plant.
So he took out a
He got
tyrant
to the
spider.
root of that problem.
Yes, he did. Well done.
He should have said it. There were so many callbacks.
Oh,
should
that was
have
drop the bag.
Yeah. And Hunk.
I think it was Hunk. I think they killed Hunk.
So here's the thing.
I think
I don't think he's dead.
I think it's off. I think that counts as off screen.
So
I think
he didn't say anything.
So here's the thing, right? Because there's a character we didn't really get a whole lot on, and that was Xeno.
Yes. Yeah.
So
right about that, which was
we
weird.
know that because just based on how Spencer did things with the whole eugenics project with Wesker. Don't know if Xeno's a Wesker clone, just another thing.
I think we're fixing to get into that.
Did we kill a Hunk clone is where I was going with that. I think we killed a clone.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think he's dead at all. So, and I noticed this on second playthrough, which, mind you, I played through it once on the Switch too, and once on the on Steam in general, on multiple different platforms. So we'll get into that a little bit too. But I noticed this on second playthrough. When you leave the room after you kill him and you pick up his mortal edge,
Yep.
you leave the room. If you directly come back into the room, his body despawns. It's gone. So, mind you, no other body despawns in the game. So I don't think he was full dead. I don't think,
Spicy.
And the thing is, right though, nothing away from that, because that was one of the coolest fucking moments.
That kind of broke the Krauser record.
Yeah, that broke the Krauser record by a long shot, and I'm not gonna lie, the badassness of that short little moment. You felt how cool this character was.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hold tight, we're sending backup. Not necessary. I'll kill him myself. And he just runs at him. I'm like, and mind you, tussles with him, tackles him out a window, bro. Like, it was so cool. It was so cool.
I think that I'm going to maintain umbrage mode because we can't just sit here and continue to gush over this.
No,
I must find negatives.
Why? Why you got to be that guy?
Biggest negative in the series.
Okay, in the series, that's an interesting one.
What did they do to Spencer?
You don't like the redemption arc idea?
Oh my days.
I was going to get to this.
Oh my days.
Why? So why particularly, besides being a drama bomb, are you not into the redemption idea? And the reason why I say this, let me preface this by saying this. The reason why I wasn't too mad about it was because there's not too many other directions you can go in. Well, how is Resident Evil going to end if there's not something to end it? Because everybody just keeps getting the fucking virus. They fucking do a little something different to it, put it back out there, and then it's the next big bioterrorism weapon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I know that it had to happen. And we had a conversation about the oh shit moment at the last second.
Yeah.
And that got into some pretty heated theological conversation, which just didn't make sense drunk.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing.
Yeah, wait.
But
we were quite
dude,
twisted, getting deep.
It was so dumb.
The whole hope versus other.
As you do when you drink too much.
But hello world, Red King here with our sponsor, Dubby. Go to dubby.gg and enter our discount code CRITHIT, that's KRITHIT at checkout for 10% off on your order on us. That's dubby.gg, discount code CRITHIT. Dubby, be better.
Chasing every dream, I don't ever need to second guess it. Top of the game, I'm the one they all selected. From the bottom to the top.
It felt so weird because right, I guess it explains itself, but like he was willing to do so many things to so many people, and then he's like, I've got this little girl. It's like, take good care of my little girl.
Listen.
It was weird. It was weird.
But here's the thing, right? It's the reason I don't actually take that much umbrage with it. I think he knew it wasn't going to work.
That's crazy.
Spencer, if nothing else, was always a scientist.
Yeah.
And if you can bring a scientist proof that it's not going to work,
Yep.
what are they going to do?
I'm not going to lie, you kind of summarized that. That was better than I was going to summarize it. I think that basically explains it so well.
Because even the part where you play as the one little girl, right?
Yeah.
And then you find out that Emily's sister is the giant monster in the basement.
Yeah.
Chunk and Chonk are, just babies that got big.
Yeah. Which is just, oh gosh.
It got really dark in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It got really dark in the middle. And then you contrast it, because like these are the new guys. That's Zeno and what's his fucking
Victor Gideon.
Victor Gillis.
Which was one of my favorite new characters.
Victor Gideon?
Yeah, period.
Yeah.
Period.
He was
And
great.
the thing is, I will say, you want to talk about dropping a bag? I'm going to talk about dropping a bag. Capcom dropped the bag by not having him on screen more. I'm just going to say it. Because his first appearance, when you first find him as Grace, I have never, in a Resident Evil game, been so intimidated by the main antagonist.
Fair.
That's good shit. It was good shit.
It was, I'm like, dude, this guy is just, he was just big enough to be like, whoa. Like why is he so like, ugh? And like, the design, all the like
stitches,
yeah, the stitching and everything. It was such a cool design, dude. The way that he talked, like, I'm gonna be honest, it kind of reminded me of Heath Ledger Joker, and that's why, like, it really,
I got
hit,
that.
man. It really hit. It was so good.
So, and then you contrast it because like those guys are. Maybe that's the point. I guess I'm answering my own question. Because there's a big contrast now because these guys are so fully unredeemably evil. I don't know where that fucking scratch in my throat came from. That was weird.
It's like I just couldn't handle it.
And then you have what was supposed to be the architect of all of it fucking take care of this baby. Freaking, it was crazy. He blew the whistle on himself.
Yeah.
And then like, here's this baby. And then you think about it, flash forward. What really was the conversation with Wesker like in the fucking mansion? That final thing where he killed him in 5?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is true. That
I
kind of
wonder what it actually was like.
But you know what?
Because now you get to recontextualize things.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, I bet you he was like, bro, stop this. We can stop this together. We could just stop this. Look, I got the fucking juice right here.
Yeah.
Fucking,
It was
I
like,
can-
no!
No! And fucking stabs him. I want my shit.
yeah.
Okay, can I just say that was a great scene though? After Zeno injects himself
Oh
at
my
the end
gosh,
with it, and he's
I
like,
love that scene, dude.
"What? We were supposed to have order. Now we're gonna have chaos." And Victor Gideon's just like, "Yeah,
yeah. And I'm gonna be honest. So that's I want to touch base on this real quick because I do want to talk about the multiple endings because that's a thing. Played through them both, and just to make sure. But so I will start with saying
I was surprised because I didn't realize there was 2.
yeah."
And I got the bad end.
Oh
And
my gosh!
that's where I ended it. I didn't get to.
So
I was wikiing
yeah.
like crazy after that.
Yeah, because you don't really got a lot of time. But so I do want to touch base a little bit on, I guess, the bigger concepts of some of the stories that I appreciated. And I kind of found just kind of like watching Leon and kind of how his character's changed a little bit. And he's always been this kind of like a tragic, almost martyr to some extent type of character. And I kind of liked seeing how that more or less perpetuated him constantly being in basically the same situation over and over again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas it was kind of letting go of that kind of ultimately saved his life. If obviously with the true ending, you know, to certain, you let it happen. He was like, hey, listen, I trust you. He didn't know Grace for nothing, and was like, I trust you, whatever. Because at first he's like, any wrong password is fine. He's like, it'll destroy Elvis, and then she's like, no, I think I have an idea, and he's like, I trust you, and it's like, and him doing that saved his life, and who knows how many others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, he
Sherry just immediately Claire.
Claire. Yeah, exactly.
erased the whole
Yep.
T virus.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything.
Not all viral bioweapons are gone.
And I think that's what I'm saying. The big finish. The series is coming soon because I think that's why somebody who was involved in everything that was going on needed to feel some type of guilt and be the reason why this kind of turned around a little
And
bit.
who better than the guy that started?
I'm gonna be honest, it would have been less satisfying if they brought in somebody random. What if they brought in somebody new and they said they sat here and did some studying on the virus and found a way to cure it? That would be, let's be honest, you wouldn't be satisfied with that either. That would be so corny.
I guess I'm kind of long on Resident Evil. I think is what is occurring to me now is like
it is true.
because 7 and 8 was so bad.
Oh gosh,
6, 7, 8 was all I think throwaways.
they were misses, hard misses.
but like they really came back with it. I think the next thing is right because I think dropping the bag. Maybe they didn't, but like I think when you see something good happen to the series, you want to see everybody, all of your favorite characters in the good one.
Yeah.
So, right? We didn't get to see Jill or Claire or
Chris, Ada.
Yeah,
They mentioned Chris.
They mentioned Chris,
but like the fact that Ada didn't show up in this.
Which, with
I'm like-
everything being,
I'm like, everybody, are we serious?
so, and there is a, I believe 100% there's a reason for
These
that.
motherfuckers are gonna make DLC.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
and it makes me mad because there's a lot of there's things that detract from the game itself because they took it out or decided never to work on it just because they knew that it would be good DLC later. And there is. I'm gonna get into that too, but I do want to talk about the endings because I've been wanting to just get the greater opinion on endings because there is a surprising split between those who appreciated the true ending for being obviously the true ending and then wanting the bad ending to actually be the true ending because they feel that it fits the tone better.
Whatever.
I disagree.
I think anybody who is a longtime fan of Resident Evil would generally disagree because the thing is, right, the tone has never been, though being dark in the experience itself, the tone of the series has never been a particularly melancholy one.
Right. Hope has always been a through line.
Yeah.
In the mansion,
Yeah.
you get out with Jill, Barry, Rebecca, and Chris.
Mhm.
All 4 survive.
So Chris was a little worse than the rest of them, we would argue.
Yeah, but he's alive.
Turned into something crazy.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2 is Leon survives, Claire survives, Sherry survives.
Yep.
Which that was a great reveal, by the way, that Sherry is his fucking eye in the sky.
Dude, and the thing was, when I first saw the actual Leon trailer, everybody thought that voice was Hunnigan. I'm like, that's not Hunnigan. That's not
It's
Hunnigan.
really weird that, and I know you could, and I think that's what is going to be the complaint about this particular game is that they couldn't fit everything in it, right?
That's okay.
And yeah, I think that's where I'm having to readjust I'm gonna have to curb my enthusiasm, as it were.
Just don't be Chevy Chase.
yeah.
But like, it's okay that it didn't fit everything in. It's really weird to say it, but like, I wanted everything. I wanted to see Hunnigan again. I wanted Ada Wong to be in this game. I wanted.
I still stand by she should have been.
I agree. Finish and then you finish on your ending.
Right. But I think that's really just where I was at. Go on.
So when it comes to the two different endings, and I think that obviously it's two different schools of thought when it comes to the endings. Saying that a proper passing of torch in a Resident Evil series, perhaps it feels fitting that a longtime character dies rather tragically. So let's talk about that bad ending real quick, because that made me man tier. There are two moments in this game that made me man tier, and Emily was the first one. Couldn't help it.
Yeah, that's a kid.
And yeah, that's a kid. And the performance of like Grace's voice actress, phenomenal. If she hasn't won awards, you need to win awards.
Yeah,
because that was crazy. That was crazy. The emotional sell was insane. And this is why I can't DLSS 5, fuck off. We don't need beautification filters and yassification filters over our video games, because when you can see the literal veins in the neck of the performer on the model, I'm like, this is insane. I was like, I felt every bit of that pain.
It was wild.
I was like, this is such a good performance. But the second one, obviously, was that final moment where you see Leon beat the fuck up, infected. That last punch, he dropped to the ground and he looks up at Grace and says, "This is the only way I could save you, or at least I could save you."
Yeah.
And then fucking Zeno puts the gun to him and just, I was like, and the thing is, that was it.
Yep.
That was it. He looks up and that platform falls.
Zeno dies too.
It's like he still died.
I was hitting it with the
like
hard swallow. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I'm like, and
Tongue was in my throat, bro. It was crazy.
And leading up to that, all the little moments of, and this is where I mean by like, they did a really good job at bringing Leon a little bit down from that, like, you know, because you see them between the movies, Resident Evil.
They had
4,
to nerf
like,
him.
Yeah, they had to nerf him
terminally ill.
Yeah. And seeing what made him tick and like why he did the things that he did, he's like, because I couldn't save anybody. Like when she asked him, like, why, if you were dying, why did you come try to save me? And he's like, well, he was like, because I couldn't help anybody. And that's why I'm here now. And it's like, and I was like, ooh, I was like, I'm not gonna lie. I expected to get a very flat character for Leon, to be completely honest. Because usually when you do the new protagonist, OP classic protagonist, usually the OP classic protagonist is a little too perfect. And like, they did a really good job. And that scene, oh my gosh, dude, it damn near broke me. And it's like, and in the same token, because right before that happens, the last scene is Grace saying, I can finally help him. I can finally do something here. When she's in that elevator trying to get to Leon. And it's like that whole thing not happening. Yeah. And her just kind of like, as the elevator was going back, I'm like, dude, this is fuck. I'm like, I can't with this. And this is what I'm saying. Nope, you can't leave it like that. Not letting you. You're not allowed. That I would have been so fucked up if that was the ending of that game.
Well, once Resident Evil 10 gets announced and they hoodwink you and be like, oh, well, it turns out the bad ending was the true ending. You'd be like, whoops, now you're all fucked up.
Yeah.
Be like, that series is dead to me.
Yeah. I might abandon it because I'm not gonna live knowing that Leon, Claire, and Sherry all die.
Well, Chris, Jill, Carlos.
Yeah, true. And get my man
That
Carlos back in there.
Anyone else that survived, so your 3 other characters from Outbreak.
Yeah.
Gone.
Anybody who's ever been exposed to the T virus.
Yep.
So, right, we did kind of do like a prediction, and I think maybe I'll put the link in the description. Oh, I'll put the link in the description.
Yeah, there you know, maybe. Cross promotion, baby.
We tried to make a prediction. We tried to rewrite the series. I like to think that some of it made it through. I don't think most of it did at all.
Well, it's a little hard when you're doing a full rewrite.
Yeah, it was something. But I think there's things that we wanted to see happen that may actually be developing. I think that I think that superpower battles are gonna be a part of 10 and probably N11.
Yeah. There might be a good chance, and I'm not saying specifically that I have any type of intel that says that Jill will be a superpowered fighter in the next Resident Evil game, but I have reason to believe if anybody's going to be that character, it is likely going to be Jill, because she's had superpowers before. 1 and 2. They haven't done a lot with Jill recently.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's interesting to think about, right? Because so you guys saying that this is before the DLC with Rose basically becoming the Mega Mycete.
Yes.
Which is kind of crazy because now there's only one fungus person left
That is true.
All the viral-based weapons are gone. What's left? The Plagas.
Oh,
That's it.
True.
That's
think-
the only bioweapon that's left to be explored.
Yeah, because they really haven't technically fully eliminated.
Generally speaking, I think the Plagas is.
You think? Well,
I think it got folded up and annihilated. I don't think it's going to be.
but we know the Amber still exists at the end of 4. Like, if
Maybe.
you're going to have a continuation of the series,
I don't.
and if we're doing Elpis released as the true ending of Requiem into the rest of the series, it's either A, somebody makes a new virus, which kind of spits in the face of this game.
Right.
Yeah,
You do more with the Mega Mycete because however far down the road Rose's thing is,
Yeah, you would
or you
kind of
explore the Parasite.
You're right. There's actually not too many directions you could go in. That
They
would,
did reference Tricell in.
They did.
in Requiem.
They did, and I
Or-
found that interesting.
We broach the fourth kind of like idea of this, and we go into a prion disease, like Mad Cow.
You know, so here.
That's what I'm saying, though, right?
No, so you're kind of right because I think of a kind of MacGuffin disease or viral would really just be
I
not
think
satisfying at all.
I think ultimately the way we kind of wrote it, that there's going to be superpower fights, kind of has to be the final thing because
Wesker's coming back.
Wesker.
Can we just say
I
that?
think we are building up to Wesker coming back.
Yep.
I think that the Plagas are not going to be explored. I think the Plagas is a dead end.
Okay.
Just because they want things to be neat.
Mm.
I might double back on that, but I think the Mega Mycete thing is the idea of bringing somebody back from the dead.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's how we get Wesker back because we
Yeah.
have motherfuckers who can dodge bullets.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're already halfway there.
Yeah.
We have guys who are capable of moving and shaking like the OG.
Mm.
The Connections is trying to bring Wesker back.
Yep.
Now, the Connections was apparently more or less confirmed to be the shadowy, up to this point, unnamed organization that Wesker had broken away from Umbrella and started/joined.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they clearly have a fucking reason for him to be back. The Mega Mycete is kind of the new useful thing because it can bring a mind back.
So that's kind of, so I think you're kind of right a little bit both ways because one of the ways, really the only way that I feel like they could tangibly continue something in a kind of revive the villain type of way, which is not necessarily.
It's gonna suck.
Yep, I'm not the biggest fan of,
But it's gonna be scenes.
Yeah, it's gonna be scenes, and I think that's where. So you're gonna have a Chris and Leon team up. That's obvious.
Yep.
You're likely gonna start throwing some lesser scene in action. At least characters will probably make a return to the field. Again, I'm gonna say it in the way of, like you said, superpower fights are fixing to happen.
Yep.
They're like. And the thing is, you already have two characters that, short of being a superpower character, are superpowered, and that is Chris and Leon.
Yeah.
They're the closest thing you can get without being like, hey, by the way, they're also kind of like Wesker a little bit.
So we could have Sherry superpowers.
Yep.
We could have Jill.
I don't know that Sherry needs to be superpowered. I
I
think that's been the whole thing.
So here's what I'm gonna say. I'm a little bit peeved at Sherry not being more active in even Requiem.
Because she was out there moving and shaking in 6.
Yep, and she was putting moves like she was beating motherfuckers up, bro. And so she had been doing it for a while. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't really like the backseat feeling because I think that they were pushing a bit towards that direction I feel like in 6 when they kind of alluded to having a more superpowered
And
type character.
You
and
wanna-
then they paired Sherry with him.
you want to know, speaking of, I'm making the prediction here. Jake Mueller is coming back for Resident Evil 10.
Okay.
Because
the
think about
Avengers-
it,
that's
we
the
have
Avengers poster.
what?
That's the Avengers poster. Or Smash or Smash. It could be Avengers or Smash.
Friggin' Jake Mueller will return.
Yeah.
The reason being, because that's his true flesh and blood DNA.
Yeah.
Not a clone, because we're gonna have issues with clones.
Yeah.
You know,
the whole
they go rogue a lot.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we saw it in this game.
Yeah. A lot of Requiem was clones going wrong.
I'm a clone. I ain't know how to act.
I'm free, motherfucker.
Yep. So that's what's gonna end up happening. They're gonna bring fucking Jake Mueller back.
It's fucking full on multiplicity with that, right? Because Michael Keaton's clones are like, I'm free, motherfucker.
Oh my gosh! It's just a plot of multiplicity.
You're right.
You can go to work for me. No, I'm not, motherfucker. I don't want to do that boring shit either.
It's crazy. It's like a reverse multiplicity.
Yeah.
Because those guys actually want to be doing this.
Yeah.
They're like, I want to be the one who's on top and the big bad. So they're gonna bring Jake back. He's got the genetic link that he's a real ass child instead of a clone. The Megamycete is gonna be the full flavored MacGuffin.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get superpowers. I think it's just gonna be all superpowers, and it's gonna be very old men, Chris and Leon, and they're gonna be the only ones who are human.
So here's now the question. I'm
too old for this shit.
Yeah.
And Barry's gonna be like, I'm really too old for this shit.
Yeah, because they're gonna have to bring back Barry.
Yeah, he's gonna be like fucking in his.
So
He's gonna be about the same age.
No, he's quite a bit older than Chris and Jill.
Oh yeah, you're right.
because he was
remember-
dad already.
Yeah,
wasn't
he was a dad already. His kids were teenagers, I think, in
You are correct.
like Code Veronica
Yeah,
and
my
stuff.
my man's gonna be just like
He's still gonna be out there though.
Yeah.
and I don't care. Barry
he's
don't
gonna
blink.
have a tank.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it is, this game did not. Requiem didn't dial it back.
no.
No.
Motorcycle Foo.
They saved it.
Because this is not the first time Leon's done Motorcycle
No.
Foo. He's done it a bunch of times in the movies.
Yeah.
He's a repeat Motorcycle Foo. He's got the motorcycle kata.
And that's why I find it funny.
I'm a black belt in motorcycle. What?
You pop that crate open. It's like, all right.
All right. This, right up my alley.
I'm like, bro.
Now I'm safe.
So I have a question just as related to our predictions. Do you still think, because they're flirting with the idea of so close, do you think that somebody's dying?
Nope.
I would say no as well at this
The
point.
reason being, I think we're at a point and this is not just a Resident Evil thing. I don't think it's a Capcom thing. I think it's just generally we in our fiction are past the point of killing people.
Yeah.
And
I
don't know if it's good or bad. That's an idea for another episode.
Yeah.
So I will say, yes, I think we've reached a point in the ethos of our fiction where we don't want to see our characters die because the real world is so shitty.
Yeah.
So we want to have something to hang on to.
Yep.
Because it's in a way like having action figures. If you have a sweet collection, you're really not trying to fuck it up by having them die.
Yep.
It's just like Chrono said, it's the difference in the ethos of the fiction. It's not going to happen anymore.
I agree, and I think what we saw with Requiem's multiple endings, and I think it kind of tells you that it was more or less a test to see the reaction, because there's a final boss fight with the true ending. Like clearly that's the real ending. You know what I mean?
Yeah, much bigger.
Yeah. Everything happens bigger. You get a whole boss fight that happens. Rocket launchers.
cured Leon.
Yeah, with cured Leon, who like
Springs back a little too fast.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because my man was mush.
It's like
he caught a little medicine. It's like that Robitussin effect. When you take a shot of Robitussin, all of a sudden, like, yeah, I think I can go to work.
Yo, and you know what was funny about that kind of pop back too? That was a little weird because you were talking about how he didn't talk much in the game, and it's funny because like he gets back up and Grace is like, "Oh my gosh, you're okay! This is happening. That's happening." He's just kind of like looking around. I'm like, this motherfucker is a feral animal. You know, like, I'm like, he doesn't look normal. He's just like, all right, what's next?
Yeah,
He's like, hatchet, big thing, go.
fucking big thing, hatching it.
Dude, even the final scene, I find it funny because it's like, you know, as the whole facility's falling apart, and Grace looks around and she's like, first thing does, Leon just gets up and he's like looking around and trying to find a way out. And she's like, "There's no way out of this." And that was a cool scene. I gotta give that credit. She's like, "There's no way out of this, is there?" And he's like, "Well, I'm not leaving your side." And he just walks over and just sits there. I'm like, this motherfucker, dude. I'm like, you know what? That made me appreciate Leon as a character even more.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, remake Leon,
Better character.
Well,
and
by
then-
a large margin.
Right, and then like when Grace is in the helicopter and he's like, "Yeah, I didn't shoot Emily's vitals."
Yeah. And oh my gosh, and that's the thing. I hate people online, right? Because everyone's so mad about like, oh my gosh, well, why would that happen? He has no reason to not do that. I'm like, were you not paying attention?
Yeah, were you not here for the whole ride?
Yeah, the whole thing. And I'm talking about, like I said, from Resident Evil 2 Remake on, this dude is not trying to fail people. He's not trying to see people sad and lose people.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. So it's like, and like,
Does it give a little bit better context to him not willing to shoot the mutating president in 6?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so
They
that's
managed to kind of save that stupid ass scene.
They
I
kind of pulled
still
back.
think 5 and 6 need to be remade because A, you can expand on that scene with Spencer in the fucking manor now.
And A+ Sheva.
No, wow.
A+.
They
buddy.
got the thing is
Plus.
I'm
They
gonna
are-
ignore the horn dog over here. But Resident Evil 6 also has a chance to be expanded. You can make these characters better now. A, we're going to be having... You could have Leon start coughing in that game, right? Because it's 14 years prior to the events of Resident Evil Requiem, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So have Leon showing some of those symptoms early, because clearly he's been dealing with these for a while. We don't know when the acceleration happened all of a sudden.
Yeah,
but
because I think Requiem happens over the span, correct me if I'm wrong, it's like 2 weeks or something
Yeah,
like that.
that sounds
it's
right.
actually a very short period of time.
so it's one of those things where it's dormant until it's like, you're dead.
And then he fucking died. Like, the thing is, brother died.
He was 98% dissolved.
Yeah.
She hit him with the go juice. He was just like, I'm back.
well, it's funny because even as he's walking by talking to Sherry about how he has a serum of Alpis for her, he's like, I felt better now than I have in a long time.
Yeah.
And he's
Probably
like,
healed his meniscus.
he's like ready to. Leon's gonna live to be 100 now.
His
Yep.
posture got better.
Right, he's standing up straight again.
So that was the one thing I did notice. My man, you know he's been through it. Because his posture during the game, he's like, fucking... and it's like his damage faces and everything like that. Just like, I'm fucking it.
It totally made him not old anymore.
Yeah.
It made him not unk. And I gotta tell you, they put some shit out there on the market. I don't care if it turns me into a zombie. I'm with it.
That's what I'm saying.
And with that, we've survived the outbreak.
Elvis is an antiviral.
That's like a big surprise. You're like, time to mutate. Nope.
Uh-oh. It's like normally by now you get significantly more squishy and slimy.
Yeah. Where's my squish and slime?
Where are my eyes?
Where are my eyes? I only have two.
Two shitty ass eyes. We are Critical Hit.
Sorry, we had more.
And that was Resident Evil Requiem.
Okay, final score. That we should do in our
Oh,
outro.
yeah, that's fair.
100%.
That's
I'm
fair.
gonna say I played it on Steam Deck natively, and it was crispy, clean, smooth. I'm gonna put it at an 8.
Okay, I'm gonna put it at a
8 out of 10.
yeah. That's important. An 8 out of 8.
An 8 out of 100.
I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. I'm giving it number 2 all time Resident Evil game.
Nice. What you got?
I would give it a 9 as well.
Love it.
Which
Loving
is
that.
actually perfect. 'Cause
Yeah.
a 9 got a 9.
Go ahead and leave a message in the comments. What do you think about Resident Evil Requiem, and what would you like to see us talk about next? Find us on all the major podcast platforms, YouTube at CritTube. Find us on Twitch at Critical Hit _gaming. We're going after a broed out Space Marine 2 playthrough.
Full playthrough, baby. Yeah.
And also, just because I had a buddy who gave me a shout out on his stream, check out Lord Blink on Twitch. He does some good shit in Elden Ring.
I'll have to check out.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll have to check it out too.
Until next time, do a cool flip, bro. You're 50.